Welcome back to the show, everybody. Today, we're going to talk about Brad Garlinghouse and another Ripple executive that really reveal the XRP agenda. Roll that beautiful intro. Here we go.
This is Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Subscribe for new content notifications. Now, here's Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. You can follow me on Twitter at BackupBradley above at the top of the screen and everything that we're talking about here today. Shout out to Michael Val 5 Links, who has a flurry of information for us to look at today. Guys, if you have not seen the video, again, that I did this morning, go watch that video. Ripple XRP, Brad Garlinghouse, central banks launching stablecoins on the XRP ledger. We're going to get into that in a second if you haven't heard. So we'll talk about that as well as we move towards it. So let's go ahead and start moving through the news here. Right now, we see Ripple changes the name of its Pay ID service to Pay String. Now, some people are saying that's a little premature. It does look like Pay ID is changing to Pay String, but it could also be another business project too. So we'll keep an eye on that to see if that is the case. But it does appear that they may be changing that name. So no biggie if they are, as far as I'm concerned. They changed the name. They changed the name because they had to. Just change it, move on. But anyway, it doesn't make what they're offering any less significant. So we'll keep an eye on that as it moves forward. So now moving to this, Ripple Giant has moved another gargantuan XRP amount together with one of its ODL platforms and the custodial service BitGo, which PayPal considers for purchase. Now that is exciting because we know PayPal recently, if you haven't heard, has just opened up the eligibility to buy and sell and hold cryptocurrency to all United States account holders. 300 million plus customers on PayPal. I know a good portion of those are in the United States. So that is a massive influx of people moving into cryptocurrency. Okay, moving this forward here. Bulls charge up on MoneyGram's strong start to the Q4 here. MoneyGram reports 150% year-on-year growth for October in its direct consumer digital business. 150% year-on-year growth. Don't you think for a second that every other area of industry in this world, from banking to SMEs to remittance companies, other remittance companies, payment providers, listen, they've been testing this stuff for years. They understand what the benefits are. But if they haven't, they're certainly understanding right now watching MoneyGram grow like that. That is incredible. So now we see Ripple Hire reveals push to expand XRP adoption across Europe, the Middle East, and Africa. This is talking about EMA and basically that whole region there and expansion in that whole region. And it's, look, this is what I find amazing. In a time in the world has gone through a deliberate shutdown of the economy, and essentially everyone has been decimated and certainly impacted in some way, but usually in a great way. Ripple is expanding. That right there should tell you something. There's clear use case for the software and the asset XRP. There's no question about it. So pretty remarkable that that's happening. And you see that real time while the world is trying to recover, Ripple is continuing to grow. Here we have another one from Michael Val 5 Links. Libra was the final wake-up call for central banks that prompted serious consideration of digital currency issuances, according to Benoit Coyer, head of the Innovation Hub at the Bank of International Settlements. Now, I love this because the article says from PayPal to Libra, because now we're dealing with PayPal, right? And Libra is already just like, who? Libra, what? Yeah, I mean, Libra was a big catalyst to get the central banks really having that discussion. But again, we've known, spoiler alert, we've known for years that the testing and the things they're doing, walking towards CBDCs, participating in this, helping to legitimize the entire digital asset class, which is a new asset class in the traditional commodities market. That's what we're watching, the birth of an entire asset class. Then we have here to add to this is that Sir John Cunliffe, Deputy Governor of the Bank of England, says it's not the job of central banks to protect banks from the potential fallout of a proliferation in digital currencies. You know what I say here? Shout out to John Cunliffe, because I couldn't agree more. It's not the job. Look, this is the markets. You let the markets decide. Now, I know that we're talking about the fallout of proliferation in digital currencies. But the reality here is this is why you use the public-private relationship. It doesn't have to be just here in the U.S. I think it's the right way to move internationally, too. You know, if there's a problem with the proliferation and growth of these digital currencies, you can figure it out because you've engaged the private sector. You can get the private sector to make the shifts and changes they need. And basically, you know, the banking and government sector is going to be highly regulated. So they make sure that the regulatory oversight and the framework and policies are in place to make sure that whatever is chosen as far as digital currencies go and those private relationships have to adhere to that oversight. And that's really how all of this is coming about. I mean, it really is. It all starts with Bitcoin and the idea of not needing a bank and all of these things. And that remains. But the truth is, in order to really bring the money we need for all of us to see our portfolios go where we want it to, there's no question we have to see a legitimate marketplace. This can't be Pirates of the Caribbean and Wild Wild West. It just can't remain that way. So it's not. Here we see another realization of that growth in this space, where we see a speaker from the V20 conference held parallel to the G20 summits, which we have another one coming up November 21st, November 22nd. G20 Virtual Summit, have suggested that the Financial Action Task Force, FATF, so-called travel rule and accompanying guidelines may not be fit for purpose and may be based on outdated centralized models. I think that's because internationally we're seeing the world move towards understanding digital currencies as money. And we can drop a lot of these things and just literally put, what's the amount that everybody's got to report, right? The sender receiver information. What is it? Is it $3,000 or is it $250 now? If it's $250, well, then if it's over $51, you're going to have to report who's sending the money. That's just the way the world goes. And that's the way the ball bounces. So here we go. Now, this is where it gets exciting. Now, I played this clip, and shout out to Mickey B. Fresh who found this. And Mickey B. Fresh and myself have something coming up. Very exciting for next week, by the way, and I'm going to announce it Monday, but it's an announcement to an announcement. At any rate, you will get tuned in on that on Monday. But looking here, we see a clip from the podcast with Frank Chaparro, who had a great exchange with Brad Garlinghouse, where Brad Garlinghouse admits we do know of central banks looking at the XRP ledger open source technology to issue stablecoins on the XRP ledger. Now, listen. Let me just put this diagram up, because I'm going to pull something up for you really quickly here. Let me do that, because I know that you're going to appreciate it. So he does know, he just happens to know that central banks are looking at launching stablecoins off the XRP ledger. Well, this is the World Economic Forum. You remember that? He's known it since January, at the very least. Because it says right here, crypto assets designed for inter and intra-bank payments and settlement, JPM coin and XRP. Come on in. Come on in, Brad Garlinghouse. Bring the central banks with you, right? Because they've been with him since at least January, when this came out from the World Economic Forum at Davos, which he attended. This is the policy toolmaker kit for the framework for all respective countries to adhere to when developing, and things to think about while they're developing their CBDC a la digital dollar. Come on in. You know, when I think of these things, I start thinking to myself, well, just like this diagram I showed you, I see something much like this happening, because here domestically in the States, Judy Shelton, a gold bug that wants to do things in a cryptocurrency sort of way, has been very open about that notion. heads to the Senate floor for a full vote, and it looks like she's got the vote. So if they do that, it could be as early as next week that happens. So keep an eye on that happening. And if it does happen, she proposes that, and I'm throwing XRP in the middle of all these fiat of the world, all these digital dollars of the world, to settle with XRP as a bridge currency. And in just about 10 seconds, you're going to hear someone who is a Ripple executive, Craig DeWitt, tell you the exact same thing that I've been showing you on this channel. And the reality is if they do it Judy's way, in a gold cryptocurrency backed sort of way, you might see a intermediary bridge asset like this, and then a gold backed bond system giving confidence to the CBDCs, and a 5-year bond term, something of that nature. That way, at the end of the bond market, or at the end of the term of that bond that are out in the market, you could physically redeem the gold, or you could physically redeem the cash at the end of that contract. And that helps keep each country honest about their dollar, because it won't be able to affect another country's dollar with any kind of manipulation, because now there would be a bridge asset that sits in between it. Now, going back and looking at this, and this is what Mark Carney said, and I showed this morning in this morning's video as well, and you should go see the other information in that video. It's remarkable. But the idea and notion that we could see basket of deposits put and held by different central banks giving value to collateralize the XRP token and the ledger to provide a floor value or a price set, which would also keep the asset a open, free, traded, decentralized global asset that could continue to grow in value, but it would have a price floor because of the central banks ponying up and collateralizing the ledger with a certain amount of money. This is not just something I've put forward on the channel many, many times. This is also proposed by Mark Carney, the former governor of the Bank of England. How about them apples? So, coming back to this and the World Economic Forum, let's get back into this where we are here with Brad Garlinghouse, and just listen to this 28 seconds here.
I mean, certainly we do know of central banks looking at the XRP ledger as open source technology to issue stablecoins using the XRP ledger. And that may happen, and frankly, it's open source technology. You know, we don't even necessarily have to be involved with that. Now,
that right there puts it where it is, because it's open source technology. They could just go ahead and do that, and Ripple, honestly, could keep an eye on it or know that they're doing it, but they could not be involved in helping them do it because it's open source technology, correct? Correct. So he's telling you, you know, that's my out. That's how I don't have to tell you that I know it's already happened. I think it's already been in the works for a long time. Listen to the rest of the clip.
As experts in using the XRP ledger, you know, some of them talk to us, and we try to be helpful, and we think that can be good for the overall dynamics in the XRP community. Now,
just amazing. That's an amazing 30 seconds right there. 29 seconds. That's an amazing 20 seconds. Shout out to Frank Chaparro and shout out to Brad Garlinghouse for making that statement. Then to back it up even more, because, I mean, listen, it's just like I'm telling you here. I mean, we're talking about it, and this is what it is. We're talking about all the money. We're talking about collateralizing the ledger. So you could literally have a situation where all the currencies of the world can exchange through a bridge currency, not a one world currency. Certainly not a government-backed one world currency or currency reserve like we even have today. But XRP and all the money going through it. And look at the comment here from Craig DeWitt. Shout out to Craig DeWitt. Come on in, hashtag zero doubt. You won't see a single government's currency dominate the world. You will see a decentralized bridge asset facilitate global exchange between government currencies, cash, digital, CBDC, whatever. I think that bridge is XRP. Come on in, Craig DeWitt. And shout out to Digital Asset Investor who says, I think Craig has just plugged into the Matrix, and I like it. Don't you know it? Don't you know it? Yeah. I got to be honest. It's very exciting. It's what we've always thought right here. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have not gone and watched this video, Brad Garlinghouse, central banks launching stable coins on the XRP ledger, go watch that. There is so much other information that I put together this morning for you to see. Make sure you check that out. Another announcement too, tomorrow, I will be doing a live stream from my other channel, the Digital Ledger channel. If you have not gone over and subscribed to that channel, please do so right away. The Digital Ledger channel. Go subscribe to that channel, hit the like and the notification bell. Make sure you get a notification when we go live. I don't know when it'll be, but we're definitely going to do a live show tomorrow. So make sure you tune in for that. That's going to be a fun one. All right, that's going to do it for me. Hit the like and subscribe. Leave a comment below. Make sure you share with somebody you know. And check out the links in the description box and the comment section. Really great stuff in there, like Ledger Nanos, Sale Family Pack. I Trust Capital can hook you up. I think you get 1 month free, your first month free once you do sign up. It's amazing. And then go check out the Unstoppable Domains. The .cryptos are incredible. And there's so many good things that are coming. I mean, .crypto, Unstoppable Domains, they're going to end up growing into being what I see like a GoDaddy. I mean, they're going to be like the new version of GoDaddy. They're just getting started, and it's pretty amazing. So shout out to all of them. All right, take care, everybody. I'll catch you on the next one.